Welcome aboard everyone, Simon here from the Whales of Wall Street. Where are my clever people at? Guys, before we go into the chart, let's smash through some great news over the last few days from Klever. So Klever, KLV on the exchange if you're looking for it. Particularly I get mine on the KuCoin, but I now have mine staking beautifully on that Klever app. The Klever app, by the way, is absolutely phenomenal. Fantastic engineering, beautiful user interface, but there's a multitude of other things we mentioned in the previous video. For example, the exchange is finally listed, launched, and there's so much more coming. Let's take a few moments to go through some of these. So listing here, 19th of October, the BCH Bitcoin Cash has been added to KLV. Absolutely phenomenal on the Klever exchange. We have had as well this great piece of news here. So now payments. So this is very competitive against a multitude of projects out there at the moment. You've got things like Silo, of course, PayPal, massive, obviously name powerhouse around the world. And you've got a multitude of things like PundiX. I'm trying to think off the top of my head anymore. But this is where everyone's trying to force some traction. So online payments here. So now payments partners to offer commercial and non-profit online payments. Fantastic. So if you're a retailer, you can use the browser, you can use the exchange, you can use the widget, the app, whatever. Have some coding API put into your system, plugins for a multitude. I mean, look at that, Shopify, Magento. People were saying that digital currency wasn't going to ever work or happen. Well, sorry guys, it's pretty much everywhere now. So what is the service fee? There's a few bits and pieces of information there if you're really interested into going into that much detail. But this is phenomenal, guys. This is, honestly, if you haven't downloaded the Klever app, by the way, go and look in the link in our description because it helps our channel out anyway. Go and download the app for free with our referral code. It massively helps us out, continues our content and all the wonderful things that we do. So go and check it out, because you'll see what I mean. It's beautiful. Now they've got the exchange aspect on there. It's just becoming a really tidy piece of kit. And it's great to see these kind of projects coming to fruition as well, especially from like now, the now payments. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that develops. I just love, do you know what? I love it because I've got crypto.com and I've got the the crypto.com Visa card, and I love using it. Because people are like, oh, that's a shiny card. And they're like, oh, what's that one then? What bank's that? And I'm like, bank? What's a bank? You know, as if like I'm some absolute crypto nerd and I've never used a bank before in my life. And like I'm totally in the 27th century or something. But it's great. It's good conversations. And I love talking about it. And like, yeah, they're crypto. And they're like, oh, is that Bitcoin? I was like, yes, Bitcoin is a blockchain from like 2007. But there's like a million other things that blockchain is about, and then it's just a topic of discussion, and I absolutely love talking about it. I'm very passionate about blockchain and crypto, as I'm sure you guys are as well. You guys might just be investing in things, of course, but for me it's not just about the investments and money and this, that and the other. It's about like the transition of the world. I think it's great. Obviously there's some good and bad things about it. Anyway, I digress. So obviously a load of NFT aspects going on. Look at this. Klever Exchange will list Chili's, guys. Chili's, fantastic. We got a Chili's video coming tomorrow, along with Crow, Omi, Engine, XDC, XRP, XLM, Vet. So check out those tomorrow. Massives of videos to get through. So Chili's is one of our other favorite projects related with like socios.com. So very heavily involved in things like fan tokens and sport crypto. So it's great to see those being listed as well. And that's on 14th, so tomorrow. Interesting to see what kind of movement these cryptos have on these. In fact, I'm going to write that down. 14th of October tomorrow. See, when we're doing the Chili's video tomorrow, we'll just mention that is on Klever and what kind of price fluctuation we may see in the next 24 hours on that when it launches. So that's fantastic. A bit of other news around traveling through the Traveler. Is it Travala? Yeah, that's it, Travala. Another one, UNI. Uniswap is being added to the Klever exchange as well tomorrow. I'm going to run out of paper in a minute. should probably just write this on Word or something. So fantastic to see that. And what I love about Klever, right, is they've got some fantastic news articles that they bring out. So really informative, educational. If you're new to crypto and you've maybe heard bits and bobs on the news, I do recommend going to check out Klever's like website, and especially their blog section, because I find like if I was new to crypto and I was trying to like understand things that are going on, it's a phenomenal portal for them. Of course, you can go to other things like CoinMarketCap's got a good news section, Crypto Slate, which I use a lot. But Klever, to have it all in one place, it's kind of really nice to be honest, in my opinion. And a nice piece of article around. I got really excited when I saw it. It's like, don't tell me I have to get another Visa card, and this one's a Klever one. Maybe that will come soon. I have no doubt in my mind that they're probably going to do that. Like a lot of the exchanges, I think these new exchanges are banks, in my opinion, like new banks. But a good article there about blockchain for business, why it's important. Of course, it goes about transparency, security, identity, KYC, all the usual good stuff that we expect in that topic. And then finally, another thing here, not on the exchange as such, but on the swap section, they have finally added 11 swap pairs for Stellar XLM on the Klever app. That is phenomenal. I'm really excited that that's happened. So Stellar is one of our big bags and something we love here at Wales of Wall Street, as you know from all the videos that we do. And it has had a bit of a stagnant period quite recently, but I have seen in the last 24-40 hours since our last video, maybe we had an influence on that, who knows. It has taken some good traction, so it's great to see Klever adding those guys as well. And like I said, just keep an eye on their community section and their pages. They've got great ambassador programs as well, and just nice little statistics, nice bits of information. I absolutely love it. So it's not just a pretty app and everything like that, but the exchange is absolutely beautiful, guys. Like, I think it's actually probably the nicest looking exchange out of all the exchanges that I use. I haven't used Klever personally. I've been on it obviously for the review purposes for the videos, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, fantastic job by the guys from the UI perspective, user interface experience and whatnot. So go and check that website out. Go and download the app via our link with the referral code, and you'll see exactly what I mean. It's no cost to you guys. The app is free. It's just really cool. So let's have a look, guys, at the chart before we wrap this video up. So smash the like button if you're finding this informative, and hit that subscribe button as well if you have not done so already. Hopefully you will, and you'll see even more awesome videos from ourselves. And if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hopefully you're enjoying everything that you hear and see. So let's look at this chart. I've done a macro fib retracement, just an overlap really. So we can see two areas of interest. We can see first of all that we're still kind of floating in this middle bottom area. However, what we are seeing is this correction is kind of completed, and now we're trying to step ourselves back up. We're nowhere near that previous all-time high. I think it was like 16, around just under 17 cents. We've got loads and loads of room and time to go. I think maybe by December we might be pushing up there again, provided Klever keeps adding these phenomenal swap assets and also keeps adding to its exchange and builds that awareness more and more through marketing and great ambassador programs that it has got. But for now, guys, we are testing this support area of around 0.037. So when people say, like, is this a good entry point or not? I'm looking at that question as to being like, are you looking for short gains or long-term gains? Because both's going to be good for you guys right now. Like, this is not financial advice, obviously. Obviously, it would be better to get them down here, but it's not always possible. You might be completely new to crypto. You might be completely new to this project. How on earth are you supposed to go back in time to get down to these levels? So all you can do is go, well, I'm going to be a bit patient and maybe wait for some potential buy opportunities, which is why we drew these two previous boxes, and we did actually hit this one in a few videos back, if you remember. So we're really pleased with that. But now I'm looking for other areas. But in all honesty, like, it's just justifying to yourselves, what is that sort of 0.3 or 0.4 cents really mattering to you? Again, not financial advice. It might be of interest to you guys because you may be day traders or 4-hour traders, whatever. But for long term, I think this project is absolutely gigantic. It's a gem in the making. And for me, I'm just accumulating all over the place around here. I've got a buy opportunity down here, where I'm actually sort of in between that, going like I've got a bag of USD to use up, but I'm actually just triggering some nice purchases on any kind of drop I see. It's not really anything I'm thinking about with Klever, to be honest, strategically as such, because I just think the price is phenomenal at these stages. So we've had that big downward spiral. If you look here, this was a phenomenal move pretty much shortly after launch. So we're kind of like starting to tail it off slightly, in my opinion. We drew that orange line, if you remember, just to show you that this is on a downward trend. We don't actually know where the support mechanism is. So these are still valid, in my opinion, these buy opportunities down here. But yeah, irrespective of whether it's 1 cent or 3 cents, I'm just there for the long-term accumulation. I think over the next 5-10 years, these kind of projects are going to be absolutely massive. And like I said, I'm staking anyway, so that's my strategy. It might be completely different to yours. Do your own research, think about your own strategy, what you're trying to get out of this. And look at other channels as well. Like, this isn't gospel, this channel. It's just giving our opinions and thoughts and what we're doing for each project. But as I've shown you, a couple of different areas. If you remember, I drew this one down here because I was like, there's just no support anywhere. So that is still a possibility. It looks scary being down all the way down here, but that's actually only like 1.5 cents lower than what it is right now. But I'm anticipating that Klever will continue to get support up here and start pushing up soon, because I think it is a great project. The awareness is building. The exchange is fantastic. The app is fantastic. And I think more and more people that get involved in it and get the awareness and start knowing what it is, they'll just fall in love with it and they'll start using it more and more. And as they keep building their application, building other services around it, it's absolutely going to fly, in my opinion. So a few observations here. Down here on the MACD, we have a slight narrowing on the MACD lines here. So hopefully we're not pushing towards a crossover, because that may spell that we do start coming down into this continued downward trend. But I'm liking this kind of arch here, because it's not following this like step ladder down approach anymore. It's kind of gone, I think we're happy around here and we want to try and push this up. So I'm hoping that we have this nice sort of archway to support a mechanism around this sort of 3.4 to 3.8 mark to push up. So at the moment, the current price as of recording time, 0.038. So yeah, it has tried to get to that 4 cent mark a few days back on a few occasions, and it's just rejected each time. So we're just coming back down really to figure out where we're supposed to be. And I do quite like this area here in terms of loads of different touch points along the way. So this kind of like 3.7 cents mark now is not a massive dip there. It just looks like it is on the chart, obviously, but actually it's not. We're talking about like 1/8 of a cent downwards, but that's the sort of area that we're looking at, like on the macro support level, if that makes sense. So hopefully this is all making sense to you guys and you're seeing what I'm talking about. The RSI is pretty low still. I think it's, in my opinion, not quite low enough to like say, oh yes, it's a great, amazing opportunity to buy, but it's certainly still a good opportunity to buy, in my opinion. It would have been obviously greater at these lower levels, but we've missed those. So there's no point dwelling on missed opportunities. We look at the next opportunities, and the next strategy in your mind is, where do I see this going? What do I believe in this project? What do I think of this project personally? And taking a decision on that aspect, I think, is really important. So don't just take my word for it. Don't take everyone else's word for it. Do your own research, please. So guys, let's just see how this plays out. But as you can see, we've had a couple of bounces off this area. So the next 24, 40 hours for me, if we can close above this 0.037 mark, I think we could start really pushing towards that 4 cent mark and get some closures over there and start taking this up, guys. Hopefully towards that 5 cents. Maybe if we keep this momentum going, we might even see that in maybe the first, second week of November, pushing for that 5 cent and onwards. And then I think we can start really taking ourselves up, and Klever will build the momentum. It will keep pushing out its narratives and information. I think we'll get there. I think we'll maybe try and push over that previous all-time high at some point, maybe in December, and take it to new highs. Price discovery. Let's go. Let's take this to another level. This is clever stuff, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below if you're holding KLV. What are you doing with your KLV? Are you using it to swap for other tokens? Are you staking? Or are you just holding? Like I am doing a bit of both for that. Obviously, staking is kind of holding, obviously. But staking means you get rewarded at the same time. So let us know what you're doing. And if you want, do let us know in the comments below if you want us to do a video on how to stake Klever or how to do it. And if we get good demand for that, we will definitely do a video on that in the coming days, similar to how we did with the Proton one, XPR. So let us know and we will provide the detail. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in the next Klever update. Goodbye.